What's up, everybody? New episode of Mini Debates. In today's episode, we're talking about, would you rather be able to read someone's mind or control someone's mind? And I'm going to start off. I think you should be able to read someone's mind. Here's the argument. Controlling someone's mind is the most psychopathic, egotistical thing you could ever do. Because for me to control your mind, right, the thoughts that you have, I'm trying to literally dictate what I want you to think, which is like fascist, right? Like authoritarian. That's the stuff that David's going to be defending here about how to influence other people. But reading your mind just allows me to know what you're thinking, right? And if I just know what you're thinking, then I can make some decisions based upon what you're thinking that may influence or persuade you, but it is not directly influencing or persuading you to the point where you have no autonomy or control over what you are thinking about. Reading your mind gives me insight about who you are. Reading your mind is as similar as to like observing how you like interact with people or how you post things on social media. Like it's just like knowing about your personality is just much more pointed. Controlling your mind is a little bit more maniacal and a little bit more crazy. So I think if you read people's mind, it's less intrusive, even though both are still kind of intrusive. And reading your mind gives you more insight about who they are, which then allows you to dictate how you try to persuade them in the future.
Are humans good or are they evil? Amit?
Humans are usually evil.
Okay, so let's assume humans are evil for a second.
What?
Let's assume humans are evil.
Where are you going with this?
Let's assume humans are evil. If all humans are evil, or like if you're evil, for example, Amit,
Yeah.
if you read people's minds, isn't the function of you reading their minds just so you can do things that end up being, that end up exercising that evil? So like you're telling me that you'll read people's minds and then you'll just be like, oh, that's a nice thought. That's a nice thought.
Yeah, like imagine if you like somebody, right, and you read their mind and you realize they like you back. Now you can pursue them a little bit more easily versus if you had to.
But that seems a little weird, right? Like you're just like
controlling them to like you is weirder.
Okay, here's the thing.
Everything you defend is weirder than what I say. Is my point.
No, here's the thing. It's first of all, I just disagree with you that humans are evil. But I think that it's very easy to be like, for example, if somebody has a murderous thought and I could control their mind, I could control their mind to not have that murderous thought anymore.
But if humans are always evil, that's not going to change, right?
But
if I can read their mind, I can tell the person who they're going to murder to get the hell out of there.
If I can control their mind, I could just make them not a murderer.
But you said humans are evil, so I'm
you said that.
I literally just said humans not evil.
Because humans have the ability to engage in actions that are good. Even if you're right that humans can or have the capacity to be evil, I think that a lot of people would be like, if I could, I would change murderers' like intent.
Well, yeah, I think that, but
I would much rather. Here's the thing. I would much rather just eliminate the potential threat by controlling someone's mind than like if I could control the mind of a. First of all, if I control my own mind, because that's one thing. You realize you can't control your own mind, right? Your mind wanders into.
Well, that's true. Yes.
Question: fear. Wouldn't you like to just control your mind and not believe in fear?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to control people?
Well, but I don't think every human can. Some humans conquer their fears, right? So they control their mind.
Yeah,
most humans don't, but
yes, but like most people do not control their own minds. Just off the strength of being able to control your own mind, you make your life so much better. But the ability to control other people's minds, to like get rid of their fears, to change their, if they have psychopathic and evil hopes, some people can change their evil hopes.
Why should you be able to do that?
Why should you be able to read their minds?
Because reading their minds isn't.
It's an invasion of privacy to read somebody's emails.
No, here's the thing.
And you're gonna read their minds. That point, what's the difference? If you're gonna plan everything to be advantageous to you based on how you read their mind,
no, the difference is very obvious. Controlling your mind is literally giving you a path to walk on based on how I want you to do it. It's taking someone's autonomy. Reading your mind is taking your privacy, but it's not taking away your autonomy.
What is the distinction between those two?
If I read your mind, I know what you're thinking about. If I control you, I am dictating what you think about.
All right, so that's
a good argument.
So let's take that. So a murderer, right? You can read their mind. Would you not want to control their mind too?
If I had to pick in that situation, maybe I'd want to control. But I think that's one of like a lot of other situations.
Robbers.
No, like there's other situations.
Pedophiles.
Okay, not even outside of those examples. As a general principle, I don't think we should want to control people, even if they are bad.
It's clear that we shouldn't want to do either one of these things. They're invasions. But like the question is, at the point where we can, at the point where we are going to violate an ethical maxim anyway, where we are going to do something that is objectively both of these things are immoral.
Right.
Right. At that point, can we not try to get some utility out of the immorality?
I think we should.
So the thing that is the thing that we can clearly admit has the most utility here is controlling someone's mind.
In some situations.
In a ton of situations. Bro, do you know how much better my grades would be if I could control a teacher's mind?
But you're not getting those grades then, right? Like you're just.
Who cares? Who cares? I want good grades.
That matters. Like you're being funny about it, but coercing people to
is not the
best way to live life.
If I could convince my calculus teacher that the question that she thought was wrong was incorrect, or that she thought was wrong or incorrect was indeed correct, my life would be better.
No.
How is reading someone's mind gonna make your life better?
Like, if you know that the calculus teacher doesn't like you, you can try to make them like you more by being more personable. But if you're just forcing them to like you, I feel like that's just worse.
It's a life hack. It's great.
No, a life hack is being able to read the room, not control the room.
That is how you...
Because by reading the room, you can then control the room.
Yeah,
by controlling the room, you're stripping the room of the ability to be controlled by you authentically.
And you bring out your own.
The end point is control. The end point of being able to make the teacher like you more based on invading her brain in the first place is that she eventually likes you more. There's no, like, what you're trying to prove here is that there's something super unethical about kind of this action, and that's just not true.
David, she doesn't like you more. You just like yourself more. Like on some level, it's like she is not a she anymore. Like she is.
That's what I'm saying.
Their
they don't become a person. They become a function of you.
Who cares?
Who cares? That's a bad thing.
Why? Why is that a bad thing?
Like, yes, in some situation, would you want
murderers
to not do?
No, not even that. Yeah.
But that in general, that's not good.
I think that outweighs. But I want you to. Why? Why is it's not good? That's not an answer.
If you control Amit does not exist.
And?
Right.
That's not good.
So then you become.
So we should value individual liberties and freedoms.
But then why violate their privacy?
No, but Facebook violates people's privacy, bro.
Reading their mind,
it doesn't get rid of your individual liberty.
Right.
If
Facebook also controls identity. And
no.
Yes, it does.
No. People post stuff and you see posts that controls you, not Facebook.
Oh my god.
Facebook's just a platform.
And that
how does it control you?
Yo, Mark Zuckerberg must be your best friend.
How does Facebook control you?
The government controls you.
Please tell me how Facebook controls you.
There's literal psychological studies that says that the addictiveness of Facebook as a thing, based on analysis of everything from its platform.
That's human beings wanting to see content. If that's the case, then social media controls.
So you think if you don't read David's mind, you don't control him anymore? Because now you know everything about David. You know his identity. You know his likes. You know his dislikes. You know his fears.
And you plan around that, bro. You just said that you would use this. First of all, you're irresponsible. Not even this. I'm done with this. You're irresponsible because your first use of the read your mind power was, I'm gonna use this to swing more dates. Because I'm gonna read this girl's mind.
That's an example. That is kind of creepy. Not gonna lie. No, my point is we both agree both are unethical. I wouldn't want to control a girl to like me. I would want, like, if she doesn't like me and I read her mind.
You just want to read her mind and manipulate.
No, because if she doesn't like you, then you move on.
Yeah, no, you don't. Because now you know.
But you were to do that. That's just persistence. You were to do that regardless.
But you know her. No, but now you have it's like insider trading. That's like being
That's not insider trading. That's different, bro.
Insider trading.
No, it's not. Insider trading is knowing when a stock price is about to rise and then buying a lot of it. That is different from reading the mind of somebody.
You have an image that you like this girl, right? You now know everything she likes in the world. You know her schedule. You know where she's going to be. You know what things make her... And then you plan your life around those things. Oh, okay, so you like chocolates, huh? Well, maybe I'll just have chocolate around me one day.
Okay, a lot of girls like chocolate.
What does it mean to...
You go to the bathroom every 3 hours. At 3 hours on the dot, I will be at the water fountain next to the bathroom.
Hold on.
You creep!
People do this in high school. I would match the time that a girl went out of period 2 and I was going from transition period, and I would make sure we would meet in the hallway. Like, what are you talking? That's not creepy. That is just making sure
Scooting out a friend.
That is First of all, this is a good life hack. If you know you have 2 minutes and they're walking on the first floor, instead of going that way, you go that way. So like you accidentally bump into each other.
You're teaching me how to be stalkers. That's what you're.
That's not stalking. That is just making sure in a tight schedule of a school, you randomly drop your books. Like, oh my god, hey, and then you like give a hug and then you talk later. Like That is strategic.
That is
Now,
you keep to yourself in your own mind.
no, I think that is very strategic. Now, I think the point you have is super control. I think that's bad. I don't think that would be everyone who is able to read someone's mind. I don't think that's the impact of what they're doing.
Okay. Also, here's the thing. Question: you're more. If people truly take your power into like perspective, right? First of all, controlling your mind, I have to be able to read your mind to control it anyway.
Okay, you don't. No,
Right,
you're
but I'm not. You're right.
Control is
No,
just
no.
directly. I want you to kill that person. Boom, you do that.
Okay, I have no idea whether your intention is to do so or not because I can't read it, but I
Right.
can just make it happen.
Right.
Okay, sounds good.
That's bad. That's way worse than reading your mind.
No, it's not.
I get what you're saying. Reading your mind can still lead to that. I don't think in all situations, which is where I
Well,
win,
here's the thing.
that happens.
I imagine. So, I really wanted to use this. No, never mind. Anyway, so here's the thing. People, at some point, if they have certain powers that are ridiculous, are going to have some level of restraint for it. Right? Here's my thing. I just disagree with you that humans are evil. Just because I have the capacity or ability to read someone's mind does not mean I always will. I have the ability to kick your ass, but that doesn't mean I always will.
No, here's where you lose. If politicians could control minds, we would not have a democracy.
We don't have one now.
Yeah, yes, we do. Every 4 years.
Oh,
a new
God.
president. What do you mean? It's like if Trump could make everyone believe in Trumpism, there would be no democracy. The sliver of a democracy we have right now, where there's opposition to a party,
But then,
would go.
Biden would just make everyone not believe in it. Like at that point, what your argument is just whoever changes
I
minds
think we have
last
to
on
assume
election
one
day.
person gets the control versus the read that has influence. That person.
Yeah,
is
but then
able
at that point, it's just a question of the person. Like
that's bad if Biden's able to do it too. Like that, not everyone should be a Democrat. My point is,
here's
but if reading your mind,
here's
if Biden could
I also-
influence you from reading your mind, that means he just gets to advertise better.
I also just
that's
think-
not controlling you. That's your whole Facebook art. Facebook just shows you ads. That's not meaning you have to buy the product.
No, but
it's just influencing you. That's just life. That's
What do you-
What does control
Yeah.
mean to you?
Yeah,
do
what
you
is
mean?
control?
If
not
I
there.
click on it and I buy the product, thank you, Facebook, for showing me a good ad. That I am not compelled to buy the product just because you showed me that.
But then
Yeah,
if
you are,
read-
actually.
There's a
Yeah.
huge difference.
Actually, you're just like science just goes the other way on this. You are compelled.
That's just called business.
No,
That's just
no,
called marketing.
no.
Like you target the right people with the right ad. They buy
Yeah,
the product.
it's
That doesn't mean you're
psycho-marketing.
forced- Yes, psychology is
Yes.
involved in marketing, David. Yes, that does not
That's
mean
a
you are
literal.
forced
That's a.
to buy a product. That means you're not coerced
Okay.
into it.
Wait, no. You don't.
Which I think is the
wait,
difference.
I understand you saying you're not forced. You don't think you're coerced.
No.
You don't think that this is
Coerce
strategic
means
placement of.
compulsion to me. Like your coerce is
Yes,
just force.
people have natural compulsions that can be psychologically tracked. Companies hire entire departments to psychologically track,
yes.
and then they throw things at you that feed
David,
these compulsions.
us posting the clips of this podcast on Facebook is saying, hey, people, you should watch this. It's not forcing you to watch this. That's the same thing with advertising. Your world is control people. Your world is let's get everyone to listen to the podcast. What if they don't want to?
I would absolutely mind control you to watch this podcast.
No,
but that's because this is
because
good.
you wouldn't actually want to watch it. It's me forcing you to do that. That's not an authentic podcast.
Who
we're creating.
cares? It's not
do you
offensive
mean?
either if you can read people's minds. You're not authentic. That's the worst part. The worst part about it is that when you do that, you lose yourself. You're not authentic.
No, I am just a marketing
You
department.
plan your
I am
life
just
around-
a marketing department.
Huh?
I know your likes and interests.
I'm
Therefore,
talking-
I feed you things that may influence that.
Right,
and it's
but-
not forcing you to do that.
That's not even at that. Yeah, but at that point, that's not even your brand anymore. You're literally changing
No,
the
that's
brand
built-
so it can match people.
No, that's building a
But
brand.
I understand that, but on a personal level, like I understand all these that institutionally this kind of frame could be bad. On a personal level, the fact that you will change your entire life, set up a schedule, for example, to match somebody's classes, etc., you lose yourself.
So I don't think I would lose myself. I think I would just influence the way I interact with people more because I know them.
No, you
But
you
controlling
absolutely lose
someone
yourself.
is taking away someone else and their identity.
Here's the thing. It's just I don't think that is that valuable because I think that utility matters. I think there's such great things we can do. Like in the same way you
You're
made
saying the examples you picked, like murdering and all that stuff, that stuff is so monumental that it outweighs.
yeah, it's just like I'm sorry that you no longer like flowers because I made you, or like roses because I made you think that hydrangeas are better. I'm sorry I can control your minds. I do that now. But like if I can control someone to stop being a murderer in the same vein, like that's incredible. Also, this Trumpism thing, like I can just control Trump to not think Trumpism anymore. You know how many things I solve at that point? The Paris Accords, like climate change. I solve climate change, war, terrorism, I solve everything because I can make those changes. Now, if your argument is going to be that I will just make the world worse, that's a function of who has that power.
Who has that power?
And that's the same thing for reading your mind. Because if I can read your mind, for example, I could read the mind of somebody that is like absolutely terrible, and then I could structure the world around making that person a leader. I feel like low-key, there's got to be some people with that. You think there are people with the ability to read minds? There's got to be somebody.
No, but there are people like psychics that like have businesses where they say they can read your mind, right? That's what a psychic is, right?
No, that they know more so like the future.
Yeah, like
they're predicting,
they're
not
predicting?
that they know everything.
Plus psychics have a bunch of tactics they use to figure things out. Like they do cold
sometimes
reads.
they be saying some real shit.
They do cold reads, like, oh, I see somebody in here with a grandfather with the last name J, and then
that'd be right.
And meanwhile, they're in a city where the name Jacob is the most predominant name in the last 40 years. Like, yeah, somebody's granddad starts with J. Somebody has a granddad named Jacob.
Entrepreneurs, bro.
I mean, I think you could read minds based off of reading body language or reading what people are.
Yeah, because your body language is you. It's almost autonomic.
Still read what someone is feeling or thinking.
All right, so I guess this is about who has the power, and that's where we'll leave it.
No one man should have. I'm kidding.
Kanye could control.
No.
I don't know if that'd be the best.